Are you talking okay? This is Raphael from Yoshida Qlik. Today he came back showing you how to do incremental loading, so you can buy time at the data loading and processing. Let's go to an example. Suppose you have. Here in the case of this folder, I have several CSV files. Is a paste that is fed every day by a CSV file. Only. What do I need this folder? Is to always load a new file per day. And not loading all these files every time my script runs. How do I do that? First I have to create a file that contains the whole data historic. So let's be creating. I will do the first load of everything. I'm going load a CSV Aqualine. And put it to load everything from this folder. Later, I will ask for him it creates a QVD. Which is a file that holds Qlik sense data, so here we go, store, data, in, I'll keep it in this same place, this one will be my data table in QVD. I'm going to load it here, and create this database. You will see the difference in processing load. This was a simple bank, note that to load 999 files. It took 22 seconds. Okay. Let's do this test with QVD for you to see the difference in speed. I will load the data here. QVD is a ready-made data file for high-performance Qlik sense. Loading the data. 1 second 5 million lines. Saw the difference from 20 to 1. If you have a billion lines to load, do the calculation. You will earn a lot more time, and the incremental load part. How do we do it? Suppose every day there is a new file there. And you need to load this new file. How we do? Just come here. Load this new file. If the file is named day, have the name of year. Or some other name that I do not know. He keeps changing. You can write the script. For him load the new file name. Or else, you may be getting the property data of the file that are modified. For example, the last modification date is yesterday, you can be putting here to get the files that only have a modification date greater than or equal to yesterday. Alright, so let's concatenate. With data, and then I'll create again my QVD. That I'm ordering Qlik to do. I am ordering him to get it. The information as if it were from the last file. By the modified date of the file that I received it yesterday. And then it will concatenate what I already had in my QVD, and then it will save all this in a new QVD. This here will help you gain performance. Ever that you need to create a new file. Or some new analysis you will do in above the QVD file, which will help you gain performance. In place of the standard files. Send the load here so you can see an example. 1 second. You see. He uploaded new file. Loaded the QVD with 5 million lines. Now has 5 million lines and 10 and. Already saved application. Suppose a day went by. I needed to upload another file. The file too, that the file of tomorrow. He will do the same thing. He will give the load of the first file. Gave it charge of the QVD. Now stayed with 5 million and 30. Added the files of yesterday's. Is now adding up to today. And saved the QVD, and so on. Whenever you only need the incremental load. You take just the file, or the database query. Have the days you need the incremental load. And adding them together there is the QVD. This will help you gain a lot of performance. What if by chance you repeated ID? Or need to load some ID again, and ignore it here in QVD, you can use the formula not exist. E.g. goes from users, suppose I have user ID that I loaded into this table. And I want this one to become the real one, okay? And what have the QVD he discards, and accumulate this one. And then save to QVD. How are we going to do it? Is to put where not exists. As if he didn't exist. Just carry it for me. Here this QVD command is what? Just load it for me from QVD. Every load of the table, when it does not exist. The ID already loaded. If we have ID 1. And here on QVD you have the ID of 1. He goes ignore this QVD ID. And it will only go up this one, and from the QVD it will not go up. Only those IDs that do not exist in a previous table. That he goes loading with this command. This was a tip of the day. Guys, I hope you have helped. On data load, on performance. From your Qlik sense. Thanks for watching the video. I wish you all a lot of success. And to the next.